Hello.
Hello.
My name's Ian. Welcome to the Barre class.
Oh, I'm Lauren.
And Lauren getting the mat set up. Why the mat, you ask? Well, because we have kettlebells behind us. This is our press and plie inspired workout. We'll be mobilizing and challenging the lower body with ballet and bar exercises and kettlebell strength as Lauren presses there in a plie and a press, I guess. So it's to Lauren for the foot warm up, back to me for the shoulders, and then grab a bell. We'll get a grip, but first, tiptoes, Lauren.
All right, let's set up beside a bar or a balance aid of your choice. Light grip on that, feet gently underneath you. First today, we're going to take a single leg and point it to the front only as far as you can go while keeping those hips in line, so avoid that twist. Next, try to keep everything in the same place, but take your toes off the floor, pulling your toes towards your nose. Then the ankle will pull towards your face. Next, the ankle will point, and then the toes will point. We'll do that again. Toes, ankle, ankle, toes. One more time. Toes, woo, ankle, ankle, toes. Let's take that same leg and just reach it to the side and try the same thing. A little bit of a turnout, excuse me, as you warm up that hip. Toes first, then ankle, ankle, finish with toes. Two more. Toes. Feel that tib anterior, top of the shin pull, and then point and finish with the toes with calf. Last one. Toes, shin pull, point, toes. Lightly turn the leg in, return that underneath. I'm just going to stay where I am. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So point the other leg to the front. Hips stay in line. Toes leave first, ankle pulls second. Point the foot, point the toes. Two more. Toes, ankle, ankle. It's hard not to just look down as I do this last one.
It's
toes.
very hard to not look down.
And pull, and then point, ankle, finish with the toes. Let's go inseam faces forward as we bring that leg to the side and try the same thing from that side position. Toes, ankle, ankle, toes. Each time, try to get those toes back to the floor. Then you'll know that you're reaching that same distance every time. Toes, ankle, ankle, toes. Light turn into the leg, pull, returning underneath. Now with those feet in parallel, 5 levels. Let's start level 1, heels leave the floor. Level 2, a little higher. 3, 4, 5, up as high as you can. Find your 5th floor balance. Keep pushing down to grow up, and then keeping your knees straight, let's descend just as slowly. 5, 4, 3, 2, soft landing on 1. Next, we'll take that leg and we'll bend it to the demi-point position, pushing some weight straight down into the balls of the foot and the toes. Then use your toes to point and gently flex and round over the toes. Get back to the toe tips, the demi-point. We'll push up to switch this time. March through the foot, demi-point, full point, light flex around over those toes. Back to toe-toe, demi-point, push up and switch one last time each side. Use the foot as you do this, so as I go back to the tips of the toes, I push my toes into the floor. One last time, I use my toes to point. I flex over them. I use them to get back to the toe tip. The demi, let's push double up, hold. Again, find that balance, and then slowly control the down. Let's do that one last time, but from the turned out position. To get there, squeeze your cheeks, pivot on your heel, opening up. Let's close back to center and do that 2 more times. External rotators, rotate those hips open and back to center. And last time, rotate open. Next, same thing, demi-point, toe point. Flex over the toes, keep the knees to the side, the hips facing forward, pointy point. Demi, we'll go roll up to switch. Point, flex over. Stay tall on that standing leg and up and switch. Last one each time. As you're standing on that standing leg, make sure you're staying nice and tall, that high butt cheek engaged as to not slump out to the side. Last one, to that demi-point, double rise and hold. For extra bonus points or just to challenge yourself, could you close your eyes? Whoa. For 3, 2, that's very tricky on that vestibular system, and come down. Now we did a lot of turn out there. Let's pivot on the heels back to parallel and then drive those heels out into internal rotation and try to rotate those femurs in for a couple seconds. Yeah, a little weight shift side to side, light push back of the hips, then pull those feet back underneath you. Give that a little shake. Let's come down to the floor and warm up our core. We'll be pressing later today. We need this and we need this to help us. We'll flex forward, chin tucks. Blades lightly retracted as you slowly flex on the cage. So you're trying to round through that upper back as you fold forward over top of your belly button. Try not to shift your weight back. End up forward folded. And then we'll walk ourselves out into our plank position. Either from your knees or your toes or your elbows or your knees or any of those combinations. Pull your shoulders down out of your ears. Squeeze your butt cheeks. Pull the floor together underneath you. Continue breathing underneath that as you pull. Squeeze your butt cheeks again. Brace your core again. Breathe again for 3, 2, tailbone tips first. So anterior tip of the hips. Lift the hips in the air. Slowly walk the hands back towards the feet. Keep the legs as straight as possible. And then engage the core in the front and back of your spine as you stack yourself up. One vertebrae at a time to tall.
Whew. Thank you, Lauren. We'll be using those high tension techniques when it's time to press. Before we do, let's just mobilize those shoulders with a little port de bras, and then we'll grab that bell, get a grip, and press. So start in that low position, the prepare position like we know. Then just arrive at that first position. Fingers are mimicking the positions of your ribs, elbows are just a little bit higher than the hands. Then choose a side and look at the hand as it opens to the side there. Are the hands facing one another? Just slightly turned open, same idea, elbows high. Then draw a little circle at the wrist and bring it all the way towards overhead, connecting over the head with the hand. Then look at the other hand and enjoy a nice little side bend. And then get tall, reset that arm to that side second position, and then other side, same thing, a little circle towards overhead, look, and enjoy that side bend. Back up top to the side. Reach out through the fingertips and return down low. Add our shake. If that's our port de bras, this is our press. With the palms facing forward, very low effort, come up to, again, our racks position. For once in our bar and ballet and kettlebell practices, shrug your shoulders, but now pull those armpits down. Low effort, arms towards overhead. Squeeze your bum. Employ Lauren's core plank cues here. Once you're fully extended on the elbows, elevate the shoulders and pull down. And then mimic that press or pull up groove to return to the rack. Let's do that one more time, focusing on you, but maybe looking at Lauren. Low effort, go arms overhead. Are your arms overhead like Lauren's in respect to the elbows and the ears? If the arms are forward, that's great, but maybe kettlebell pressing isn't for you. So take your time, build that mobility and strength to be overhead, and then we'll press and pull back down to the rack. Straighten the elbows, add a little shake. Let's just pick that up, that kettlebell or that dumbbell, that load you have at home in a low position, and then we'll do our first set of plies. So Lauren, how should we pick it up?
Well, we should stand over top of our bell, handle in line with the arches of our feet. We'll use our hip hinge to hinge. We'll pick up the bell with one hand, make sure both shoulders are square to the floor, pack your shoulder, brace your core, lift, pick it up, put it beside you. Check in. If you were being lazy, you'd be leaning towards the bell, but you're not. So you're pulled up to tall. Your cheeks are squeezed, your hips are square forward. Your chest is square forward. The bell is just off your body because your shoulders slightly elevated and retracted for 3, 2, bring the bell in front, use your hinge, both hips, shoulders square, up without. Same thing other side. Hip hinge, grip bell, pack shoulder, brace core. Hup. Bell comes beside you. Be lazy for a second, but then pull yourself back up. That shoulder is slightly elevated and retracted, bell just off your body. Square forward, butt squeeze, core brace, breathing underneath that for 3, 2, use your hinge, place the bell down, up with it.
Great. Those kettlebell holds could be a good alternative to pressing overhead, but I've checked in with that bell. I think I'm going to be great with that pressing overhead
Think.
today. I know, that's right. It is all about that mindset. Let's get that graceful mindset over here on the bar. We'll integrate our plie and the tendus right after that. So prepare the arm out to the side, front, first, and side. Our first plie, keep the arm there and stretch. Our second plie, arm towards overhead and stretch arm side. Then reach through the fingers, plie in the grand sense, where the feet lift or heels lift, and first, and then return to the side. Tendu out, mind those kettlebells, and repeat. Arm stays still for the first plie and stretch. Arm goes overhead for the second one, and then the third, the heels stay down, but use the hands. Sink low through that gateway, out to the side, and point. Rond to the front into that fourth position. Same thing, plie, flat feet, arm still, plie, arm towards overhead. And then our grand plie, reach through the fingers, sink low, carry through, and full stretch. Point to the front, return to the side, and close the arm, finishing tall. We'll switch sides, inviting you to do the same. We have stability, we have mobility, and that stiff leg. No, that's tendus, but I guess that was that tendu. Thanks, Lauren. Keep us on track. Prepare that arm. It's a plie and a stretch. Arm overhead, plie and stretch. Elongé fingers, grand plie low, first, stretch. Tendu side and land, and arm stay still, plie and stretch. Arm overhead and stretch. And then reach low, get low but flat feet for this one. Out front, stretch, tendu, point, rond front, and land. Feet stay heavy for the first. Arm goes overhead for the second. And the third, reach through the hands, slide down. Heels can come up, full stretch with that tendu. Return and close the arm down low again. We'll come back to tendu exercises at the bar. But until then, I think we have to switch sides here. And presses. Lauren,
presses, set number 1 of 5 today. Each week over the last 2 weeks, we have increased our reps a little bit. So today, I'm going to try 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3. That's going to be my pattern today. What's yours?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, what's yours?
Little ups and downs.
Oh, good. Okay.
Good.
Pick your numbers. Could be 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Any sort of version. A set of 5s across the board. That's a lot. Check in. Here we go. First time I'm going for 3 each side. Hip hinge. Grip bell. Pull it to the rack. And 1. You have that plank tension as we did in our warm up. Butts and abs here. And then pull that bell down and park it. If you're in between weights where you're trying to get to that next kettlebell, I would recommend that you are trying for a set of 5s for 5 rounds. And once you can do that successfully, that's when you know, boom, next bell.
That's it.
Probably back to singles. Here we go. Second side. Hinge grip. 3, 1, 2, 3, and park. Whew. Up without.
And park. Woo. Great. That's the kettlebell.
Necessary.
And let's go back to the bar. Return the arm to that second position. Through that gateway, finish tall. This time we'll plie, but tendu out front with a straight leg, and stretch. Close, tendu front, close. Repeat to the side. Plie, full stretch, and close, tendu. Close to the back, and stretch, and close, tendu, close. Repeat to the side, and full stretch, close, tendu, close. Close the arm then to that first position and find the ankle in our first balance, that coup de pied position. With the hand on the bar or without, stand tall, have that knee point to the side, have your toes point to the ground, and breathe. Then open the arm to the side. Let's just finish nice and tall after a plie and stretch. Shakes and wiggles are always welcome. Switching sides. Now is probably a better cue for that stability and mobility leg. Stiffen up, stay strong. Reach to the side and finish in that arm side second. We'll plie. We'll stretch. We'll lengthen and close. Point, tendu, close. Plie, stretch. Tall, close. Tendu and close. To the back and stretch. Stay tall, close. Tendu, close. And last time, to the side. Full stretch and close. Tendu, close. Close the arm. Find that first position, mimicking the position again of the rib cage. Stiffen, squeeze that standing leg, maintain the turnout, turn the tips down on those toes, and breathe. And then arm side, finish with a graceful, juicy plie, and then we'll stretch that out again. And I believe, time to bell it up.
All right, so as I mentioned, this is set number 2 of 5. 3 was our first one, 4 is our next one. Add a rep if you'd like, or stay with your previous number. First side, hip hinge. When we press, it's a whole body activity. Squeeze your cheeks. Brace. Breathe. And park with control. Remember that breathing is an integral part to our press. So though it might be loud in your ear with our microphones, try to match it. It will make you stronger. Pinky swear. Second side. Just a second. Okay.
Get the wardrobe set up, of course.
Second side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whew. Excellent.
And we're back. In 2 different drills, or maybe even 3, we've explored the arm at the side, the overhead. We haven't really gone out front with it, but we'll add that on this drill. We'll be doing jetés, so prepare the arm out to the side. But then go overhead, and we'll go jeté out the front and close. Then arm side jeté. Ooh, watch that kettlebell and close. And then arm front out the back, and arm closes side. Let's repeat that again. Arm overhead.
Are we going to do en-croix though?
Did I not?
No.
Oops. Out to the side, en-croix, and close. Return the arm overhead. Jeté front, arm side, jeté side, arm front, jeté back, and then to the side. 2's now front and front, side and side, back and back, side and side. Last set, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, and back, 2, 1, and en croix side, 2, and 1. Pull to that coup de pied. Take a big breath, squeeze your butt cheeks, demi-point rises here, hand on the bar is appropriate, of course. Hold for time, open the arm side, finish with our plie and our tall stretch. 1s, 2s, 3s, en croix, just like Lawrence said there, means front, side, back, and finish side. Take a breath, have a little sneeze, do what you gotta do. Out to the side.
Gesundheit.
Gesundheit. There we go. So when the leg is out front, the arm is overhead. When the leg is outside, the arm is out there too. But then back leg, front arm, and side to side. Repeat 2 to the front, and 2 to the side, 2 to the back with those straight knees, and side, and 3, 2, 1, side, 2, 1, back, 2, 1, side, 2, 1. Then pull, connect to that coup de pied, hold your balance on a flat foot, or challenge yourself with that stiff leg and the bum cheek squeezing to find the demi-point rise. Then open the arm side, finish strong and regal in that plie.
Regal.
Regal.
All right, speaking
word.
of regal.
That could be a wordle word.
This. Yeah, that's all different letters. We could use that next time. Until tomorrow's wordle.
Yeah.
Let's do some more presses. We're set number 3, 3, 4, 3. Here we go. First time. 1, 2, 3. Good. Not trying to rush my press, but also not spending a lot of time in that rack position. So always bringing it back down to the rack, which maybe is just where you hang out with your kettlebell, getting used to it. But showing that you get there, not bopping out of it, but also not hanging out there. It'll be harder to press your next one. Here we go, second side for 3. Hinge grip, it's in, but it's up. 1, 2, 3. Park. Oh, how to get warm. Press a kettlebell overhead.
That is it. Turns up the heat for sure. So again, do I have enough room? Of course I do. There we go. Just make sure we don't kick those kettlebells. That might hurt those toes. Let's turn out those. We're in that first position. We do our fondue exercise here. So reach the arm out, low. First, side second. Pull up to the coup-de-pied and both knees bend, and then both knees extend or straighten together. Return to the knee bends and follow with the knee straight. Then knee bend and knee straight. Returning en croix to the side. Now let's integrate the arm. Arm overhead, leg front. Arm side, leg side. Arm front and stretch. And arm side to the side. Repeat one last time, overhead and stretch. And side knee bends and straightens together. Back coup-de-pied, full stretch. Arm side, leg side. Then pull, and this time we'll find that passe balance at the knee, with the knee wide, the hips forward, the ribs over top, with or without a hand on the bar, hold, and then reach to the side, finish with our plie, and full stretch, and a shake. So, same effort, and again, now that we know that arm, let's just integrate that right away as we integrate the fondue with the arm overhead, to the side, and out front. Arm overhead, that's right. We'll plie and we'll stretch, and then arm side and stretch, back, straighten the knees, that's such a hard one, and side. And overhead, out front with the leg, side and side, stretch, arm front, leg back, arm side, and one more time.
Really?
Oh, well, it's 3, wasn't it? And stretch. And knee side and stretch. Arm front, full leg back and side, full stretch. Then close, finding that passe position again. Cramp the standing leg. Light touches on the bar. Maintain that turnout, such a hard skill there. Hold for a second longer and then finish again. Tall in the plie. Switching sides. I think that was 3. I think.
Yeah, the first time we did it with a straight arm.
It's Lauren's favorite numbers. That's why we choose 3 a lot of the time.
That's right. A valid reason. But we're not on the number 3 set.
Oh.
We're on the number 4 set.
We're on one more.
Right? 4 presses, set number 4, 5. Here we go. Prepare. Inhale. Pick up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And park. Buy us a little time talking about a couple things here. So when we press, we don't want to side bend that bell, but you may see a light hip drive underneath, and that's okay, especially as that bell gets heavier. Just avoid the teapot as you press overhead. Next thing, think of that core as that spring. Come down, load it, pop up out of it. Here we go, second side. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Park the kettlebell.
Park. Excellent. We'll all be in charge of one bar drill here, and then Lauren will be in charge of the other. I'll be doing a fast drill, and Lauren will slow it down with that rond de jambe. Fast drill today, let's work on our frappes. Lauren, frappes. And just to avoid kicking the wall, you might want to turn sideways to your balance aid too. We'll start with that arm where we know. It goes low and finishes side. Then take that karate style ankle to that front ankle nook of your standing and turned out leg. Strike to the front, brush back. Make sure the kettlebell's out of the way and brush to the side, and then back, to the back, and then to the side. Can we also integrate that arm? So arm overhead as we reach out front, and side as we reach outside, and front as we reach back, side. And again, and side, and back, and side, and up, and out, and front, and side. And one more, up, and out, and front, and side.
I got a little
then just pull in
there.
and do our little petit battement drill here. It could be slow, and if it's slow, we're looking for a stable knee as you climb that leg. Finish on that front aspect of that standing leg. And let's just hold our first attitude position in the front. But don't get too excited, Lauren, because we're going to do the same thing out the back. And this time, with that arm, just hold that nice arabesque line, reach forward, arm overhead or out front is great. Then return the knee side. Finish with a plie and a full stretch. Whew, the bottom of my arch on that one felt a lot of work, and that's good. We want to strengthen those feet and stay nice and quick and stable all at the same time. So re-reach, arm side.
Arm right away.
Let's go arm right away overhead with that knee side. And we'll go front and side and back with straight knees and side and front and side, back and side, front and side and back and side and front and side and back, side. Last one, front, side, back, side, and then pull towards that passe position. Ooh, that's right, Lauren, sorry, we did our petit battement there. So nice and control, maybe just get that in there, sorry. Then climb. And again, whether arm is outside second or even on the hip, challenge yourself in the attitude. And then through that passe position, maybe this time reach with the arm overhead. Beautiful, Lauren, or out front and hold. Return arm side, knee side, fill it up with that squat plie and stretch and shake. Well, that's the fast one. Want to do the slow one now or after?
Let's press.
Yeah, do a couple more sets of presses.
And then do a bonus set of presses.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Ooh.
All right, our fake last set number 5, will be back down to our 3 presses. Okay, ready for it? Mm-hmm. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. As you do those presses, you're rooting down and you can feel those kneecaps pull up, the butt squeeze. Notice the difference. I'm not bending. I'm not doing a push press or jerking that bell up here. I'm going, okay?
Just like that.
Just like that. Super descriptive, what I just did. All right, same thing, other side. Hinge and rack. 1, 2, 3. Park bell. Excellent.
And okay, my heart rate's going, so let's slow that down now with a nice
Rond de jambe.
Rond de jambe.
All right. In that first position, with our light grip on the bar, we will take our arm from the side. We'll plie. Our arm will come front. Both the leg and the arm will come to the side, stretching that inside leg. Stay tall on this leg and nice and stable as the other leg reaches around the back. Keep the inseam forward as you pass through center. Heel leads front. Reach out of the socket. Try to reach, but keep those hips square forward. Reach one more time on that straight leg. Then this time through center, we're going to plie, point. Reaching, staying on that plie. Test your balance that you're not loaded on that bar too much. Stretch, stretch. Stretch, lift. Reach that leg. Try to keep it right behind you for 3, 2. Tap down, arm side. Other direction from the back to the side to the front. Toes lead back. Again, our femur rotates inside its socket. The pelvis doesn't need to move here, so keep the stomach on the inside and that core brace as we go plie, reach, out of the socket, reach, 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 reach. Front inseam stays up, stretch, 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 lift. Both knees straight, pull to retire. Stay, Now, for fun, straighten the knee to the side. 3, 2, bend it back. Find a rise, hold. Keep that knee to the side, hips forward, toes pointed. Find a balance for 5, 4, 3, 2, arm side, leg side, plie, and stretch.
Ooh,
Excellent.
that was a challenging balance add-on. That's
So
a bonus set there.
I really like wearing tights for this, so if you got a pair of spandex, pop them on. Even maybe Ian next time. This band just gives me a nice clue. I'm trying to keep this band nice and level as well as stationary. So it's the leg moving and the band staying stationary as I do that. Thank you, spandex makers. Arm side, plie, reach, stretch, stretch, keep reaching around the back. Heel leads front. Reach out of the socket. Hips are staying square forward as you reach to the back. One more time out the back. Plie through center. Stay on the plie, but test that you're not weighed on that bar. Reach to the back. Double stretch, double lift off. Hold. 3, 2, tap down. Reach around the other direction. Backside, front. Toes lead back. Side, front. Especially out that side. Keep the hip square. I tend to rotate towards the center of the room, so just thinking about that. Knees bend. Reach to the back. Keep it bent. Front. Ready? Double stretch, lift off. Inseam up. 3, 2, retire. Hold. Band is level. Leg straightens. Hold. 3, 2, retire. And hold or passe. Breathe. Find your balance. 5, 4, 3, 2, side, plie, stretch. Whew. All right, we said we'd do a surprise set of presses.
I'm in.
So, 1 to 5, put a number in your head.
What's your number?
I say put a number in your head, I don't know, I was just gonna see what happened. I'm gonna try for 5 each arm.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay, it's gonna be heavy. 5 is gonna be hard. But we're gonna finish with 1 full rep. So if you don't wanna go for that last one, quit while you're ahead. Finish on the success, your brain likes to remember that. Here we go, hip hinge. Nice. As those presses get heavier, the talking gets less. Whew.
Get that focus up.
Take a second. We have one more
Lord's
side.
giving us rest. Mark the day.
It's because it's heavy.
Because it's heavy.
Switching sides. Let's remember all the principles we talked about. Feet rooted. Pull up. Squeeze cheeks. Off arm. Here we go. Last set. For real. Great. Nice strong rep to finish.
Nice.
I know how to press.
We know how to do that, and we look forward to doing it again next week, live, Thursdays at 4. But we're not quite done yet. A ballistic drill to finish the battement. We have those petit battements down here, or at least we tried to remember them. We'll get those in the next time. And this time, we grand battement out the front. We'll integrate the arm. So
just the front?
Front side, back side.
Okay.
So again, make sure that kettlebell is out of the way. Arm side, arm straight overhead. We'll go battement, tap out front, battement, tap, and close arm side. Battement, tap, up, and close arm front. To the back, and up, tap, close arm side, and up, repeat, and close one more time. Front, tap, up, tap, and close. Side, tap, up, tap, and close. Back, tap, back, tap, and close. And one more time. And maybe even one more time with a loosey-goose. Full send, and close. One more time, same thing on the other side. A little quicker that second time through. And again, challenge your body, challenge your brain. integrate the arm. Always is a challenge, particularly when you see the peripheral vision do it so well and you didn't. But we'll do it again. Batmo, tap, maintain the turnout, up, tap, close arm side. Up, point toes, up, tap, close arm front, to the back. Up, and arm side, and here, maybe even test without the hand, and overhead. And up again, close. Up, side, up again, close. Back, tap, up again, close first, and up, tap, up, maybe send it in a loosey-goose, and finish with a nice strong close. Normally, it's one more move at the bar, Lauren. Just move that rib cage, right?
Rib cage.
Strong like a tree trunk from the belly button down, and supple in that rib cage for movement in the bar and overhead mobility.
Let's do it. At the bar, light turnout if you'd like, or parallel stance. Belly button down is in concrete, it doesn't move. Rib cage is trying to flex and find some rotation, flexion, extension, and any others that might do. Arm reaches to the side, arm reaches in front. That didn't have to happen, but it's nice. Chin tucks, flex forward. Rotate that upper body towards the bar. Do a side bend, dip out that back corner. Reach the arm up and over. Extension, but keep your abs on tight. Reach to that new corner. Side bend, reach the arm long. Roll to the front and grow up tall. Other direction. Flexion forward. Rotation away. Side bend, reach. Arm reaches long. Shoulder stays low. Extension out the back. Rotating towards your bar as you side bend, dip. Flex, rounding forward to the front. And then grow up nice and tall. Whew. Take a second. That arm doesn't lead you. It's the rib cage. The arm just kind of flows with you. And as practice, try to keep that arm nice and set versus all up, shrugged. In front, light flexion forward. Rotation towards the bar. Side bend. Arm, shoulder stays low, arm reaches towards overhead. Extension out the back. Rotation to the new corner. Side bend, reach, flex and roll around to the front. Growing tall. Other direction, forward flex. Rotation away from the bar. Long arm reach. Extension up and over. Rotation to the bar as you dip to that corner and roll around to the front. And then grow up nice and tall.
Excellent. So we've grabbed those bells, gotten the grip, and worked on our full body strength, and also practiced with some of those more supple drills inspired by the ballet. We can't wait for our next lesson with our own teacher and can't wait to share more with you.
Until next time, check out our Patreon page, check out our website, and we'll join you again on Tuesday. We have a very exciting weekend, a special wedding in the family, so that's taking place. So we won't see you Saturday, but we will see you Tuesday for our kettlebell practice. More snatches ahead. Until then, take care, stay strong, and we'll train soon.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.